Can you please tell everybody that I'm tripping and that you have not become Suge Knight? Because if you have, then we'll deal with that and we'll figure it out. But everybody's feelings are hurt. Nobody feels like you have come through for them. Everybody from the LBC, please respond to this, because I'm not here to try to point the finger. But when Daz tells me something, Julian tells me something, and then there's like 20 other people that's telling me other things that are surprising. Because the last thing I thought that you would be is the new Suge Knight.
All right, so check this out. Things are getting real messy inside the Death Row family. And now Ray J is stepping into the drama and calling out his own cousin, Snoop Dogg. According to Ray J, people in the industry are starting to say Snoop is turning into the new Suge Knight. Yeah, you heard that right. We're talking about royalties, artist complaints, and accusations that artists from Death Row aren't getting paid properly. So let's break down exactly what Ray J is saying, why this situation is blowing up online, and why the comparison to Suge Knight is raising serious eyebrows. So recently, Ray J went viral after posting videos online where he addressed Snoop Dogg directly.
Hey, yo, Snoop, you my relative. I talked to Julian, I talked to Daz, I talked to Corrupt, I talked to everybody, and everybody's telling me you turned into the new Suge. I don't want to believe that, Snoop. I don't want to believe that you turned into the new Suge. I'm going to believe that you've given everybody what they deserve. And everything that they ever didn't get, you taking over Death Row was supposed to be the one to be the savior to give everybody what they needed. Word on the street is that you haven't given anybody nothing. And you became the new Suge. I don't want to believe that, Snoop. I want you to respond, and I want you to tell me that you're not the new Suge. I want you to tell me that you gave everybody all the publishing and all the rights and everything that they deserved. Everybody from our cousin Daz to, Julian, to whoever else is talking shit, right? I don't give a fuck about nobody else but that's related to us. I said two that is in our bloodline, and you're a great person, and I love you. Can you please tell everybody that I'm tripping and that you have not become Suge Knight? Because if you have, then we'll deal with that and we'll figure it out. But everybody's feelings are hurt. Nobody feels like you have come through for them. Everybody from the LBC to Carson to Compton to Los Angeles all the way up to Santa Clarita. But you've been keeping all the money and you're super rich. I love you, Snoop. Please respond to this, because I'm not here to try to point the finger. But when Daz tells me something, Julian tells me something, and then there's like 20 other people that's telling me other things that are surprising. Because the last thing I thought that you would be is the new Suge Knight. Make it make sense, Snoop. Make it make sense right now. Because I don't give a f. You know that. You my cousin. But don't ever think that you doing people wrong I'm not gonna let it slide. What are you gonna do to me? Exactly. Let's talk about it. Let's do a sit down and let's figure out, why do people say you're the new Suge? Why do people say that you're f***ing them over all their money? Why do people say that you're the worst person in the world right now in LA? Why? When you're my cousin. Let's figure it out. I love you, Snoop. But I also love Daz. I also love Julian. I also love all my Crip homies and all my blood homies. Don't represent Death Row if you're Suge Knight again. Unless that's what it is. If you Suge again, it's Death Row. I'm confused. Can you please make light of what we're going through right now on the West Coast? Snoop, my cousin, sincerely, Ray J.
Ray J basically said people around the industry have been telling him something that's been bothering him. They're saying Snoop Dogg is starting to move like Suge Knight. And for anyone who knows hip-hop history, that's not a light comparison. Ray J said he's hearing complaints from artists connected to Death Row Records claiming royalties aren't being paid correctly and artists aren't being treated fairly. Now, Ray J made it clear he wasn't just trying to disrespect Snoop. He said he's speaking up because they're family and he doesn't want Snoop's legacy damaged if these issues are actually happening. Ray J basically warns them, people are saying you turning into Suge Knight, and the internet instantly exploded. Now, if you know the history of Death Row, you know why this comparison is so heavy. Back in the 90s, Death Row was one of the most powerful labels in hip-hop, launching artists like Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, and Tupac. But the label also became infamous for controversy, intimidation, and artists claiming they weren't being paid properly. A lot of those accusations were directed at Suge Knight. Knight eventually lost control of the label after legal troubles and bankruptcy issues. Fast forward to today, Snoop Dogg actually bought Death Row Records in 2022 and promised to bring the legacy legendary label back in a positive way. So when people started saying the same problems are happening again, that's when things get uncomfortable. And here's where the situation gets even more interesting. Ray J isn't the one raising questions. Some former Death Row artists already been speaking out about business disputes connecting to the label. For example, Daz Dillinger accused Snoop Dogg of trying to take control of music rights and trademark connected to Death Row artists.
One thing too, I be hearing people say, since Snoop got Death Row, they didn't try to get no royalties and stuff before then. I'm the only I always try to get royalties. Been on their ass ever since. E1, Koch, everybody. Everybody gonna get it. You hanging with them, it's just like in the street. You hanging with them and they get shot, you gonna get too. So hey, guilty by association. Coming to get mine, man. Like I said before, that money. I don't want the money. I just want the rights. Because when you get the rights, the money comes. So you know what I'm saying? Keep that money. I don't give a about that money. I got money. I got money. I got money.
Daz claims Snoop was making deals around the catalog and using royalties connected to other artists' work. Snoop fired back online and basically dismissed the accusation, saying his cousin was just hating and broke.
I see you ain't got shit to do but hate on me, huh? In a minute, I'ma you up, cuz, on some real shit. Not physically, but business-wise. Cause you broke as a right now, so I'ma you up in a minute, cuz. Leave me alone. Leave me the alone. Leave me alone, cuz. You up. Leave me alone.
Not only that, Nate Dogg's son just came out last week and said Snoop Dogg was stealing the royalties from Nate Dogg's old catalog.
But supposedly Snoop, got the okay from my grandma to go to her house and get my pop's masters. She, pretty much showed him where the masters were, however this occurred, and he left with the masters.
So tension inside the Death Row circle has already been brewing, and now Ray J stepping in just adds another layer to the drama. But Ray J's message wasn't just criticism. It sounded more like a warning. He basically said Snoop has built one of the most respected legacies in hip-hop, and if artists are really feeling cheated or mistreated, that reputation could start to change. Ray J said the last thing he wanted is for Snoop to end up in the same type of reputation that followed Suge Knight for decades. Because once the industry labels you that way, it's almost impossible to shake. Now, as right now, Snoop Dogg hasn't directly responded to Ray J's comments. But knowing how hip-hop works, if this situation keeps gaining attention online, we might see a response sooner rather than later. Especially because Death Row is still one of the most iconic brands in hip-hop history. And if artists continue speaking about the money and royalties, this could turn into a much bigger conversation about ownership and fairness in the music industry. But I want to know what y'all think. Is Ray J protecting Snoop Dogg's legacy, or is he exposing something that fans didn't know about? And more importantly, do you think Snoop Dogg running Death Row could actually turn into the same situation the label had back in Suge Knight era? Let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. This Death Row situation might just be getting started, because hip-hop drama never sleeps. And trust me, if anything else comes up, I'm covering it. So keep it locked.